Welcome to another episode of the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. I'm your brother, O God, from Hip Hop News Uncensored, and sitting across from me is my co-host.
What up, y'all? It's your man Sam, and CEO of Viral Hip Hop News. You in the building for another edition of the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Oh God, what's good, my brother?
And we in the building today once again. We in y'all fucking face, man, every single day, giving you that real, giving you that raw. And hip hop, man, we got some things to talk about today with the family. So first and foremost, man, I ain't said this in a long time. Appreciate all y'all out there for rocking out with the platforms, the day one, people who've been here since the beginning. Or if you're new, stay locked in, and I hope you enjoy what we got to talk about, today. We're going to talk about some reparations today. We're going to talk about a little bit of John Majors, and we're going to talk about this attorney that was arrested on a Young Thug case. But
crazy.
Let's start off with Jonathan Majors, man. That's this conspiratorial shit they would like to get into, right? Now, all of a sudden, yesterday, the story broke that more women are coming out on Jonathan Majors right now. They're willing to go to the DA, and I don't know how far it's going to get from there, but they're willing, to pretty much say, look, they had an experience with him, and they're coming after this dude. He lost a few other gigs.
Yep.
Some prominent movie. He lost. And,
Otis Redding.
Otis Redding. Wow, man.
Yeah.
Woo! Otis Redding. His talent agency dropped him with Sandman. So that's a huge, huge deal. Things are going downhill for him, man. Are you buying a conspiracy lane at this point? Or do you want to wait and see?
Yep, I'm buying a conspiracy lane.
Yeah,
like a mug, and I don't want to. And you want to remain objective. We're always going to remain objective because if he does, in fact, if he's found guilty of any of these charges, then it is what it is. You can't be that stupid to have this type of career that you were on and be out here doing violent and dumb shit to women, especially the last 4 or 5 years with everything that's came out. That ain't the lane you want to go, bro. But it's very coincidental to me that after he goes through all of this stuff, as far as being the talk of the town, we've been talking about Jonathan Majors the last 90 days. But at first it was about good things. At first it was about all the movies he was in. They were talking about the Ebony shoot. And we got into conversations about that. Now all of a sudden he hit a woman and his career path changed for the worse as we knew it, at like a snap of a finger. Mm-hmm. And now, coincidentally, here comes more women. Where were they at all this time? Now you're going to tell me they were scared to come out with all of this empowerment that we have and all of this information that we have and this new day and age where women are feeling empowered to do these sorts of things. All these women all of a sudden they now feel empowered to come out because this one woman did, the one that retracted her statement, the one that we see in the club chilling, the one that we see conversations with now all of a sudden. I just want to know if it is conspiratorial and if it is something behind this, what and why. Because it's crazy of the timing. But what's your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I agree. And as much as I try to be reserved as much as I can and kind of just fall back and say, let's just wait and see.
Right.
I think there's something to this, man. I think, it's kind of going down the lane of the whole Bill Cosby thing. Even though it's the same, different circumstances, a lot of different things here. He's not being accused of drugging nobody, not like that yet. But I don't know, man. It seemed like they was kind of giving us the precursor with the Creed movie. A lot of people didn't see it, so I don't want to spoil it for you, but I give you a little part of the movie. And I could just be, I think this is a correlation, right? In the movie, he's pretty much a dude, that's coming out of prison.
Right.
I'm not going to give you no more than that, but it seems like, man, all right, but they trying to give us like a precursor with that, or is there some type of humiliation ritual that they talk about? But I just keep seeing, when you keep seeing the same pattern over and over, somebody keeps hitting you in your face, they hit you in your damn face. And we're seeing the same pattern over and over with these entertainers, mainly black ones. It may happen to white guys too, but mainly black entertainers, where it's like, all right, what happened that's making all these women start to come out? And then I always kind of sit and I wonder to myself, well, maybe these dudes are just creeps.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of these dudes creepy. Then the other side of him be like, nah, dog. Like, come on. You know what this is. It's like you just watch like Family Matters back in the day. Or they had like the devil and angel on one shoulder and they're both talking to you. And it's like, nah, you know what this is. The fix is in. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he didn't do. I don't know if he ain't put on I don't know. But it's just like, come on again? Y'all gonna keep giving us this same play over and over and over? The fix is in, bro.
It's crazy. A couple people, obviously in the comment section, people are devil's advocates, and that's fine. This is what we embrace, right? We want y'all to toast the other side. they brought up Morgan Freeman. They brought up Denzel Washington. They brought up Morris Chestnut. And why some of these, Samuel L. Jackson, why these black prominent actors never deal with these situations? Is it something going on with black actors, or are these actors, or we just have to come to the conclusion that they're just monsters, right? And I say to this, when you look at Morris Chestnut, Samuel L. Jackson, LL Cool J, Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, these brothers have been married for decades.
There you go.
They do their job and they go to hell home.
Yep.
They're not out in these situations with these varieties of different people and women that they're just meeting, and people are falling in love with their fame to put themselves in these certain circumstances. No one can have the ability to plant certain seeds within these people's confines because they're so tight. They take care of their business privately, and they go the fuck home. So that doesn't surprise me. Do I think that they go ahead and target every black actor? No, but I think if a Denzel Washington would have happened to go out there and slip, and they have that information on him, that one day it wouldn't come out against his better nature, absolutely it would. But some people just know better. If you get in that industry, you keep your circle tight, you don't F around, you stay with your one woman, or if you do what you do, you keep it as private as possible, and you stick to the plan. And I think that's more the case, but I don't think it's a case of we don't look at Jonathan Major's situation and go, no, he's just guilty. No, I think there's some weird shit going on, bro. I really do. Yeah. It's weird.
And I don't think a lot of us can't put our finger on, because we ain't in Hollywood like that.
Right.
But I'm sure there's people in there that know, like, all right, this is happening again. And to me, it could be like a control measure. Like, all right, we're going to squeeze him out, so don't you dare do this or say this or go against anything. Not to say that John Majors did that, but it's just funny to me how one day he was on top of the world, the next one up. And all of a sudden, this one little thing that happened with his girlfriend, right? Now all these women are starting to come out. That's crazy. But like you said, man, like, if you don't give them an opportunity, you don't open up the door and give them opportunity to put you in a situation. You know what I mean? Because if you ain't never been around a chick, you ain't never been around a chick. But if you was like Bill Cosby, he'll admit that he was promiscuous. He was messing around.
Doing his thing.
A lot of these guys, they dealing with mad women, like a Trey Songz and stuff like that. So the door's now open. But if, like you say, if you're going home, they can't bring that nonsense up. I was with my wife at this time. What you talking about when you say, you know what I mean? I'm in the club now. I was home with my wife.
Word up.
You know, so it's like, man, I don't know, man. I think time will tell. But again, remember one thing about this. The mere allegation, he's already guilty in most people's eyes. Because he's losing gigs now. He ain't been convicted, but he's losing gigs. People don't want to be associated with somebody that's even accused of something. And that's not right, but that's the world we in.
Not only is he losing gigs, but he's losing the ability to get more with the people, his representation falling apart. We talked about it yesterday. His don't look good. I've never seen a rise and a fall so fast as Jonathan Majors, and I couldn't be more sad because he's a dope-ass actor. It's a shame. It really is. I don't know if you saw it. Oh God, we were talking about it earlier. This story is getting this share of circulations. A Duke University professor by the name of Mr. William Darity was on Dr. Phil with a panel, and they were talking about reparations, and he suggested a $14 trillion reparations plan. He got a little bit of a return from Dr. Phil. I wanted to play a little bit of that audio and get your thoughts on that.
Yes, sir.
Were enslaved in the United States. The first condition is that reparations should be paid to Black Americans whose ancestors were enslaved in the United States. And this would require an expenditure of $14 trillion, which would be distributed evenly across the 40 million Black American descendants of U.S. slavery. That would be approximately $350,000 per person.
If you take $350,000 or $840,000 and you write a check to any group of people, black, white, poor, homeless, whatever, you give any group of people that much money and say, there you go, best of luck, and you come back in 6 months, they're going to be broke. So whatever reparations are done, that would be an absolute disaster as opposed to guidance and help in creating generational wealth as opposed to income. Right. That would be an absolute disaster.
No one ever says that that there's going to be mismanagement of funds when we're talking about the distribution of reparations payments to other communities.
I just said it. I just said you give that money to anybody, they're gonna mismanage it. They're gonna blow it. Look at the fraud that just occurred with all of the money that was given in support of COVID.
All right, so we got the gist of the conversation. $14 trillion dispersed to 40 million Black Americans who are descendants of slavery, equaling to approximately 350,000 a household. Okay, what's your thoughts on that, brother?
First, I'm trying to figure out how you're getting this number. Because first of all, how you know who are descendants of slavery?
Right.
First, to give $350,000. First, let me deal with this. I don't think it should just be money. For one, I think it should be, my proposition would be, and I'm not saying that I'm in this or nothing like that, knee deep, but just off the top of the head, no more taxes. Give me my 40 acres and a mule. You know what I mean? And it should be millions per person, whatever that millions should be, anywhere from 5 to 20, each, individual person that had that were descendants of slavery in the United States. That's just a start, right? But let's just deal with Dr. Phil. I guess that's his name, right?
Right.
When he wants to see, that's the thing, man, with these different, people always want to dictate to you, like, yeah, you're gonna have like the dude said, mismanagement of funds, but give me my shit.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me, like, I'm sure Jewish people that got money, Japanese people that got money, all these people that pay reparations, some people fuck that money off. I'm pretty sure.
Of course.
But some of them built up, institutions. Some of them circulated through the family. Some of them did the right things with it. Hence, look at how they are. They're conditioned in America and even abroad. They killing it right now. They own everything. They buying up shit, all the real estate. So it's like, yeah, you can't just have somebody that's going to dictate and say, oh, we can't give it to you because you're going to do this. Nah, you gave me my shit. I can do whatever the hell I want with it. Now, the U.S., man, even look at the U.S. He got the nerve to talk about mismanagement of funds. Look at this government, dog. This very government is in debt. Old people, the dollar don't have a backing no more. It's total chaos in the government. So it's just like, you pointing fingers at who? Give people their money and let them do what they're going to do with their own money. Don't try to say, oh, you're going to, mismanage your funds. You're going to, buy a Cadillac, and Black people are going to give stocks, and let them do what they're going to do with their money. They are deserved. Just like the Japanese got their money, just like the Jewish got their money. Give us our shit. Period. That's all I'm saying about it.
That's a fact. I'm going to work in reverse and talk about Dr. Phil first, because he said a few things that I kind of want to bring to attention. Give isn't the proper word. Owed is. You ain't giving a shit.
There you go.
It was owed to us. You said a nation would collapse. There would be no nation without there being built from the backs of blacks in slavery. There wouldn't be a nation if it wasn't for us. So the nation that would collapse is absolute farce. You talking about giving anybody anything. Nobody's giving anybody a damn thing. It was owed to us, right? And then he talks kind of both sides out of his face when he talks about it will collapse, but at the same time, we will blow it. Well, if we blow it, we're giving it back to the economy.
Right.
If you're giving us all this money and we giving it back to you, how is it a blow to anybody? It really doesn't make any sense. Now, I agree with you as far as it needs to be more than money, because 14 trillion sounds like a lot of bread, right? That's a lot of money. 350 ain't. It's not at all.
Right.
And most of us giving $350,000, that shit's gone within a year. Need some type of property. Need some type of clean slate when it comes to credit or taxes. Like, it has to be a way where generational wealth can be honestly, the seed can be planted for that to be honestly established. If you just hand us $350,000, all right, that's you playing this card, and you know damn well we're probably gonna give it back. That's your bluff. Cool. We gave it to you. You gave it back. It is what it is. No, we need far more than that. If $350,000 is the number they're talking about, and even if it was much higher, I still think we need land. I still think we need some type of resources as far as tax breaks, so that we can go and open up restaurants, so that we can go open up hospitals, grocery stores, and these communities come together and really buy up real estate to do things and not be redlined and not be gentrified by other people. We can gentrify our own neighborhoods and really start establishing generational wealth. But they don't want that, Dr. Phil know that. He's not dumb, because if they were to give us that type of economic relief and things that they owe to us, it would change the balance of power. And they don't want that. Whoever created race and whoever created the hierarchy that whites were supposed to be above blacks and blacks were supposed to be at the lower end of the totem pole, if something like that were to happen in this day and age, it would change power, and they can't handle that. And that's the real reason why I believe we'll never get reparations, because they know that.
Yeah, and then all look at already the spending power that we already command.
Mm-hmm.
If we start, saying, all right, you know what? Like, I think a clip dude was alluding to, like, when he said, like, when they ain't let us in our hotels, we could build our own shit.
Yep.
You ain't want to let us on your bus, we build our own bus.
Yep.
We can't go into school or hospital, we get our own shit. When that mindset starts to come back again, and most people's issue, black people, minorities, is the lack of funding. We got the ideas, we got the wherewithal, we can't get the fucking funding like everybody else can. You know what I mean? To further their business. If we can get the funding, everybody know we taking over this shit.
Yep.
And that's, I think you said, they want to keep that power. They want to keep their foot, on your neck by controlling resources, controlling, the dollar, kind of controlling your situation and keeping you, in a particular, place. So yeah, I like how you said it, man. It's owed to us. It needs to be paid, or some people are going to start to take this shit back in blood at some point. I mean, it's overdue when you really think about, you know what I mean? It's overdue from all the stuff that black people been going through and in this country. It's like, man, like at some point, you know what I mean? Hopefully this day never comes. People gonna start taking this shit back, man, and saying, fuck it. I'm taking this shit.
Yeah, it's gonna either come to that. And I think it's going to come to that before they give us reparations. Could you imagine what happens to the prison industrial industry if they gave us reparations? It's gone.
Yep.
Could you imagine what the inner cities look like if they gave us reparations? Yes, some of us are going to go out there and blow it.
But did they say that about Ukraine when they gave Ukraine the money? Do you hear anybody say, oh, they're going to blow the money?
They ain't even think twice about it.
Right.
They send it out there and they still getting their ass whipped. We still don't know what's going on. And yet people in America are sitting here paying for it.
Right.
It makes no sense. And yet we got people drove down. I told you last week I'm driving through Philly, and the site that I saw was, and this is 45 minutes down the damn street.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like this, to kind of drive through a 2-mile radius and see zombies walking around and cops sitting there chilling. And people shouldn't live like this. Yes, we giving aid to people 3 billion miles away. It's backwards to me, man. It really makes no sense. So give us our goddamn reparation.
Yeah.
Period. It won't happen, but we'll see.
And to me, it's just weird how many people's against it, man. Like, I'm not against people getting their reparations.
Oh.
I'm not necessarily against Ukraine getting reparations, but I'm like, take care of our shit first.
Please.
When you talk about the Jews getting it, okay, they went through an atrocity. Yeah, all right, cool. I'm cool with that. Japanese, okay. Y'all bombed Hiroshima, all that shit. I'm cool with that. When it comes to us, where's our shit?
Yep.
And if it ain't me, where's my people's shit?
Right.
I don't necessarily know if I got families that's descended of slaves. I don't necessarily know that. You know what I mean? And how are we going to know when they destroyed a lot of shit?
Right.
Destroyed records and things like that. So, yeah, man, I don't have a problem with it. My only problem with the Ukraine thing is like, yo, like you said, look at Kensington, where you was at. Look at all these different places in Jersey and all these spots where there's zombies out here. Where's the funding going into that?
Right.
But you send it somewhere else. I don't know, man.
This don't make no sense, man. It never will. We'll never understand it because we in the biggest gangster fucking world that we've ever lived in, man. It is what it is.
So earlier today, man, I don't know if it's happened today, but one of the YSL attorneys in Young Thug's case, not Young Thug's lawyer, but the YSL member Miles Farley, his lawyer, was locked up for trying to bring prescription drugs, into court during a search. Now, he also tried to toss his phone to another attorney so they wouldn't be able to search it. It missed him and hit a deputy, so he's being charged with assaulting the police officer as well. His last name is Manetas. I can't really pronounce his first name, but again, he's one of the attorneys and for that case, but not looking good, man. He was arrested subsequently and is going to be charged with a litany of charges. So I think that's pretty much he's done with that case, and probably even done as a lawyer. I mean, you got to go through the process and be convicted and all that. But what's your thoughts on that?
You don't got to be a criminal expert to clearly see that this is a shit show.
All right.
And this don't look good for any of them. What is going on? This is the second time that drugs were trying to brought into the courtroom in this case, if I'm not mistaken. Every time you turn around, there's somebody else snitching and ratting. Every time you turn around now, the media is providing content on two gangs of YFN and YSL fighting in jail. You know what I mean? You got Young Thug sitting there at the top of this organization. They trying to spin it. Man, this shit looks horrible. Like I said, you don't got to be a criminal expert to see that This don't look good for any of them. And that's another brother that the rise and fall was absolutely insane. We seen that kind of coming a little sooner than we seen Jonathan Majors. The two don't equate at all, but it's just the rise and fall is just sad, man, because he could have really been out here doing his thing, and now he's probably gonna spend the majority of his life, the golden years of his life, in jail. It's sad.
Right. They say he faces 4 charges: possession, obstruction, disruption of court proceedings, and simple battery.
That's the lawyer.
Yep. Which I don't think that's gonna be. That sounds, the possession is something big, but
right.
Simple battery, disruption of court proceedings. I don't see that being serious, crazy like that. But I know if he's convicted, he could probably lose his license at the practice. That's big, man.
He'll probably be a public defender or some shit.
I don't think he can even do that.
Damn.
You know what I mean, once you get a charge, once you get convicted of what they call felony, all that shit's out the window. You can't be no type of law enforcement, no lawyer, no judge. Yeah. So that's crazy.
So how do those people in jail, they come out and get their law degree, so to speak?
I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. I know I think it's certain states where you can. It's a very limited amount of states.
Okay.
But yeah.
So he don't look like he's gonna grab time or anything crazy, but he's probably gonna lose and get some things.
What kind of pills is it? Is it blood pressure pills? Is it Percocets? Is it Xanax?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's probably won't matter.
Right.
You know what I mean? They never said what type of pills that they were. Like, what is he trying to smuggle somebody's blood pressure pills? Are you gonna get high off them?
Right.
You know what I mean? So they don't talk about it. They don't say, okay, look, he had OxyContin or something like that. He was bringing in to try to pass off to do. But from what I was hearing, like, this never happens. They don't search fucking lawyers. This is something that's different. You know what I mean? So why would they search a lawyer? I don't know.
So are they trying to just paint a picture? Are they trying to make a narrative to just paint these dudes out to just be the worst piece of scum in the world? Like,
it might be.
You see the jail situation, you see this, the drugs. Like you said, we never really seen lawyers get hit up the way they are. Are they trying to make this narrative? Because if the narrative's bad in the media, it influences people and it influences a jury. You know what I mean? So
my thing is, though, you ain't gotta wait on no fucking your lawyer to bring no shit. You can get it from the COs. COs is bringing it into prisons, like, or visit sometime. But most of the shit is coming in from the COs, and I'm sure, not to incriminate these guys, but you see people with cell phones, like they got in there.
Yeah,
people in there smoking weed.
See, one of the brothers sipping lean a couple days ago.
Yeah, so I was getting in there, like, because a lot of the counties, I don't know about that county, but the county here, when somebody visits you, it's through a glass, so you don't have no contact. I know, like a state prison, you got contact, but so how somebody gonna get something to you, whether it be through the mail or CO?
Right.
And most likely it's gonna be a CO.
Yeah.
How you getting lean through the mail?
Right.
You know what I mean?
And got the phone on live, so you got social media, internet, cell phone, and lean.
They've been getting them phones, man.
Hell yeah.
I guess it's a price. For a price, you get anything, I guess.
Is it a part of the commissary? Maybe grab a cell phone or something? I ain't think they supposed to be talking like that, but
I don't know.
They got payphones in jail still?
Yeah, but I think it's maybe, I don't know if it's those tablets that people be getting.
Oh.
Maybe I heard they be jailbreaking them shits, and you know what I mean? And they got people in there that's smart.
No, they do.
Talking to people and all that. So that's probably what it is.
Yeah. Damn.
Using the jail's Wi-Fi. They cracked the Wi-Fi and all that shit.
Joint. Yeah, because the COs need Wi-Fi, so they got that shit hooked up and tapped into that network.
Or one of the COs that's his homie or a girl or something, like, yo, here go to Wi-Fi.
Hook it to your
Pass
hotspot.
it to one person, everybody got this shit.
Selling the Wi-Fi code.
But yeah, man, we'll see how this thing, goes. This is just, like you said, a shit show.
Yeah, man.
And it can't look good for none of the defendants at all. It can't.
Nah, man. And it is what it is. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, man. But
pretty much it is what it is. I can't believe that Mace clowns Cameron for having a zipper down around Diddy. I can't believe that made. That's crazy. That's like somebody's article.
The news that people act like they want to be real. People act like they want to give real information, but they just want the shit at the end of the day.
Pretty much.
We can see the worst of people's lives. We see people's relationships getting torn down. We talk about it. Yeah, I mean, it looks like that young girl, Krishan Rock, is trying to start to slowly get her shit together. We don't see her as much as when she was getting her head knocked off by Blueface and kicking him in his chest and knocking him up his nuts.
Knocked off in the ring.
Yeah, now he a celebrity boxer and shit. So they love the nonsense, man. That's unfortunate, but hey, y'all subscribe to it, so
yeah,
it is what it is, man.
Yeah, man. Another episode of the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast is in the book. Shout out to Mock over there on the controls. Shout out to everybody out there listening. That's your brother Sam Man, Viral Hip Hop News. I'm your brother, Oh God. Hip Hop News Uncensored, together with the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Over and out.
Peace.